All right, No Filter MMA family. This would be your boy BJ back with a live stream. When I get on here and talk to you guys tonight, I feel like I haven't. I feel like I haven't done a live stream in a long time, but it actually hadn't been that long since I've done a live stream. I don't know. I just felt like I should get on and chat it up and let y'all know what your boy is thinking about right now and stuff, and what I got to say about the current situation of everything that is going on currently in the world of MMA. I got a few things I want to talk on, guys. I want to talk about this upcoming card, of course. I want to get what I got to say about it. I didn't, guys. To be honest, you're gonna say, "Well, why you only got pictures of Cruz?" What's up, George Page? People, you probably gonna think, why you only got pictures of Cruz and Cejudo and Waterson and Esparza. Listen, guys, I want to talk about most of UFC 249. Okay, like I want to talk about most of UFC 249. So, man, it's today has been one of those days, man. And what better way to end one of those type of days, those days that you have where it's just like nothing can go right. Nothing can go right. And today was one of those days. For me, it just seems like everything I touched was just it was awful. Today was a disaster from the time it started to the time it ended. Till right before this podcast. Oh man. But what better way than to end a day like I've had today than on a good podcast talking about some good stuff, shooting the shit, shooting it up. Um, so let's go, man. Everybody's buzzing about UFC 249, and UFC 249. First of all, wait a minute. Before I get into it, you guys roll up, and let's go. Roll up. If you got something to roll up, roll it up. Because mine is rolled up. So, anyways, let's talk, guys. Let's talk. So, what fights? I mean, I want to see the fights I'm looking forward to are Cruz and Cejudo. Dominic Cruz is one of my favorite bantamweights. He's one of my favorite. Let's see, George Page, Murphy's Law. What can go wrong goes wrong, dude. Who are you telling, bro? Forgot all about Murphy's Law. What can go wrong goes wrong. Yes, yes, that is so true, man. That is so true. That is so true, man. Appreciate that little nugget of knowledge there, George Page. Get a few more people in here. Get this chat rolling. But I'm looking forward to seeing Dominic Cruz come back. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting on the moment when Dominic Cruz, you know, decided that he was going to come back. That opportunity to fight for the belt was going to be given to Dominic Cruz. Two-time bantamweight champion, the greatest bantamweight of all time. You know what I'm saying? It's not T.J. Dillashaw. You know what I'm saying? It's not T.J. Dillashaw. T.J. Dillashaw is the second greatest bantamweight of all time. I think you would have Henry Cejudo, but at this current moment, man, Dominic Cruz, Dominic Cruz has been gone for how long? You know what I'm saying? Like Dominic Cruz, Cruz been gone for a hot minute, and Cruz is still relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like Cruz has been gone for a hot minute. Dominic Cruz been gone for a hot minute, and Dominic Cruz is still relevant. You know what I'm saying? So he's relevant enough to get a title shot. That's what gets me. You know what I'm saying? He's relevant enough to get a title shot. And you know, Henry Cejudo is really only fought one time at bantamweight, and he fought the number one contender at bantamweight. He fought T.J. Dillashaw, but he fought a skeleton. I mean, he didn't fight a healthy T.J. Dillashaw. Like T.J. Dillashaw wasn't healthy. Like when he just wasn't healthy, man. Like T.J. Dillashaw wasn't T.J. Dillashaw when he went down to flyweight, trying to be a flyweight. You know what I'm saying? And fight Henry Cejudo. Like, you know, that wasn't the best TJ. I mean, that wasn't the best TJ Dillashaw. It was the best Henry Cejudo. It wasn't the best TJ Dillashaw. So he never fought TJ Dillashaw at bantamweight. So him never fighting TJ Dillashaw, um, him never fighting TJ Dillashaw, it leaves those questions of, who really is the greatest bantamweight of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like it leaves those questions as, or not who is the greatest bantamweight of all time, but is Henry Cejudo the best at is Henry Cejudo the best bantamweight of all time? When he's only fought Marlon Moraes. You know what I'm saying? Like he only fought Marlon Moraes. Um he hadn't fought TJ Dillashaw. He didn't fight TJ Dillashaw at bantamweight. So, but Dominic Cruz got beat by Cody Garbrandt. I think Dominic Cruz underestimated the speed and the striking of Cody Garbrandt. I do think that he underestimated Cody Garbrandt. He wasn't, 100% prepared for the speed and the power. Um, oh no, George Page, I don't have no Rona, man. This is all greenery, buddy. This is all Marrona. Marrona. Um, I forgot what I was saying, man. Anyways, um, Dominic Cruz he just wasn't prepared for Cody Garbrandt. He just wasn't. I don't think he was 100% prepared for Cody Garbrandt, and he looked surprised in that fight. Like he looked real surprised in that fight. Like he was surprised that you know T.J. Dillashaw. He was surprised that Cody Garbrandt was tagging him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Dominic Cruz has made a career off of being the elusive guy. He's made a career off of being the guy that you can't catch. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't catch him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's made a career off of being elusive and he's known for his movement. He's known for, what I'm saying, maneuvering his opponents. Like that's Dominic Cruz. Like that's Dominic Cruz. And to see him go in there and lose like that to Cody Garbrandt, I felt like Dominic Cruz wasn't himself. He wasn't 100% healthy, and you knew he wasn't 100% healthy because he took so much time off to get healthy. And we know Dominic Cruz has suffered time and time again with his health, like his knees and shit. Like his health, his body started to give out on him early. But I think he's gotten himself in check. I think he's, taking the time off, let his body heal, let his body rest, let his mind rest. Like Dominic Cruz needed. He's from the WEC days. You know what I'm saying? Like Dominic Cruz he's a veteran in this game. He's one of the best bantamweights of all time. He's one of the trailblazers for the little guys. Uriah Faber, they're the trailblazers for the little guys. So, uh, George Page, what's up, man? What's up, George Page? I don't know. I think my computer's tripping somehow. I think it keeps. Think it keeps lagging. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on with this computer, dude. But I just bought this computer, man, and it's not strong like I thought it was. It's not. It's not as good as I thought it was. Put it like that. But what I was saying was, I feel like Dominic Cruz will outclass Henry Cejudo. I feel like, if Henry Cejudo goes for the takedown, as good of a wrestler as he is, if he goes for the takedown, I feel like Dominic Cruz can hang with him on the ground. I think this will be like you see, it's similar to how Juliana Pena fought Nico Montano. How she, not the style, but just the way. What's up, Marcus Bell? just the way she fought Nico, like, it took her a minute to get into the fight. I think Henry Cejudo will come out fast on Dominic Cruz. And I think it'll take Dominic a minute to get back into the fight. But I think him being the veteran that he is, you know what I'm saying? Like Dominic Cruz being Dominic Cruz, I feel like Dominic Cruz will adjust very quickly to. I feel like he'll adjust real quick to I feel like he'll adjust fairly quickly to Henry Cejudo style. Like he'll definitely catch on to Henry Cejudo. He'll be. I feel like Henry will. I mean, I just feel like Dominic Cruz will outclass Henry Cejudo. I feel like he's faster than Cejudo. I feel like he's bigger than Cejudo. Um, I feel like he's longer than Cejudo. Like he has a lot of advantages, size wise over Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo has the body of a flyweight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he is a flyweight. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, guys. Anyways, I don't know what's up with this thing. This thing is tripping. Anyways, guys, just feel like he beats, Henry Cejudo at every and he just I think he beats him all around, man. I do. Let me see. All right. That's what I wanted to do, y'all. Wait a minute. All right. Just wanted to put that up there like that. There we go. Um, yeah, man. So I feel like I just feel like Dominic Cruz will. I feel like if he's worked on his defense, you know what I'm saying, he'll. If Dominic Cruz has worked on his defense, he'll do better. He'll do better in the. I mean, Henry Cejudo's a good striker, but he's not a Cody Garbrandt striker. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good, but he's not a Cody Garbrandt. Moaz, what's up, man? Man, Dominic Cruz's chicken. Nico needs to go up to 145 pounds. Boy, you crazy as hell, George Payne. Nico, I think it was just the clothes Nico had on. Nico always been wide, man, but I don't feel like she was that big. You know what I'm saying? Nico big, but she ain't that big. She ain't that big. No, I think I really feel like Nico can still make 125. Um, yeah, man, I just feel like Dominic Cruz outclassed Henry Cejudo at every corner. Like at every aspect of the fight, you know what I'm saying? He has the potential, especially I mean, especially on the feet. Wrestling is close because Dominic Cruz is a hell of a fucking wrestler. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of an MMA wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So that can produce problems for Henry Cejudo for sure. Because Dominic Cruz can hang in there with the best of you when it comes to wrestling. So let's not get that confused because he was in the, Henry Cejudo was in the Olympics and whatnot. Henry got a body of a 10-year-old. Oh, y'all crazy, man. You crazy, George Page. You crazy, dude. You crazy, man. Stop it. Um, but I feel like he beats him, and I feel like Dominic Cruz will walk away with the belt. I do. And if Dominic Cruz walks away with the belt, then Henry Cejudo can go because he's still technically the flyweight champion. So Dominic Cruz can go. I mean, if Dominic Cruz beats Henry Cejudo, Henry can go back to 125 and still be champion. He's still champion at 125. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and fight, defend the belt, fight those guys. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's time for Dominic Cruz to rule the bantamweight division again. I do, man. I feel like Dominic Cruz will rule the bantamweight division again, and he'll rule it for a while. He'll definitely rule it for a while. So we'll see. One thing about Dominic Cruz, he ain't got to worry about fighting Cody Garbrandt for a while because Cody Garbrandt got his ass whooped. I mean, ever since he beat Dominic Cruz, he got his ass whooped. He been getting his ass whooped. So I mean, and getting knocked out too. Like Cody Garbrandt getting knocked out. Got knocked out by TJ Dillashaw twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then the dude he got knocked out, I forgot who he fought after that. He got knocked the fuck out. Like, damn, Cody, what the fuck, bro? Like, people were just starting to like you, dude, and then you lost the belt that quick, bruh. But at least he kept fighting, though. You know, he kept fighting. So, all right, guys. So the next fight I want to talk about on this card, you know, that's I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this fight. You know what I'm saying? And that is Carla Esparza versus Michelle Waterson. Um, you know, this is a pivotal fight at strawweight. You know, the winner of this fight could very well like emerge the next contender at 115. You know, potentially like, you know, the next not the next title contender, but like the next person that is coming up through the rankings, you know, like because if Carla if Michelle Waterson wins this fight, you know what I'm saying, after getting dominated by Joanna Young Jacek, um, you know, Michelle Waterson could potentially make the argument like, okay, I just beat the former champion. You know, that's what everybody say when they beat Carla Esparza. You know, I beat the former champion and I deserve a shot at the belt. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. We know what they're gonna say. So, I mean, I feel like this is, you know, a fight that Carla Esparza needs to win. You know, and I feel like Carla Esparza can win this fight. Like I do. I feel like Carla Esparza can 100% win this fight by a unanimous decision, or you know, I feel like she could. I feel like she could dominate. I could see Carla Esparza dominating Michelle Waterson for 3 rounds. I can, man. Like I can see her. You know, the striking she may have an issue with, but one thing about Carla Esparza's striking, man, you know, like this is a fight where this is for Carla Esparza. Like she couldn't, you know, her biggest test was wrestling wise was Tatiana Suarez. She had no answer for Tatiana Suarez. But then again, that was Tatiana Suarez. Michelle Waterson is not Tatiana Suarez. So, and then as we saw in the Claudia Gadelha fight and the Verna Jandiroba fight, you know, Carla Esparza, I mean, let's just be 100% honest. Her striking has come a long way since her fight with Joanna Young Jacek. That's, I mean, I'm telling man, Carla Esparza's striking has come a long way. She beat Claudia Gadelha in that fight. She beat Claudia Gadelha and they gave that fight to Claudia Gadelha. But Carla Esparza, you know, this is a fight that Carla Esparza can really go in here and show off her striking. You know, because she's not going to have to really worry about being dominated on the ground by Michelle Waterson. I mean, she's not like, I mean, Michelle Waterson is not going to dominate Carla Esparza on the ground. So more than likely they either face Tisha Torres. You know, I think that Carla Esparza is actually in a better position than Tisha Torres. I think they both are kind of in a better position. Well, maybe not Michelle Water. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess they all three of them kind of at the same level right now. You know, as far as you know where you stand in the division. You know, I feel like they all three kind of right there together. I don't feel like a win over Tisha Torres. You know maybe I don't know who they would fight though. That's crazy. I guess they would have to fight Tisha Torres. Or, you know, maybe if Felice Herrick comes back and gets a nice win, you never know. Um, but I feel like Carla Esparza can really show off her striking in this fight because she doesn't have to worry about being taken down like she did in the fight with Tatiana Suarez. You know, I mean, so I just see Carla Esparza dominating this fight. Like if Carla Esparza can get off some good strikes on Michelle Waterson and really, you know what I'm saying, like make Michelle Waterson respect her power early, because Carla Esparza has power, man. Like when she was hitting Claudia Gadelha, dude, she was hitting her. Like Carla Esparza was landing good, flush, clean shots on Claudia Gadelha. You know what I'm saying? Like Carla Esparza has never really not been a thing at strawweight. Like she's always fought at the top of the division. She's always fought, you know, good opponents, win or lose. She's always been in there with the best. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people sleep on Carla Esparza, but Carla Esparza has been doing nothing but fighting her way back to her belt. She is the original champion of that division. She has done. She's doing what I wish Nico Montano would do. You know what I'm saying? Like she's doing what I wish Nico Montano would do. You know, and she's not doing that. You know, I mean, Nico's not doing that. You know, I wish Nico would make noise at flyweight. Like, I mean, because Carla Esparza has never really fizzled out. Wow, let's hope Carla had all them damn cookies while in quarantine. I know, man. Um, but I feel Carla Esparza has always been. She's never faded out in that division. She's always been there. She's always been somebody who was constantly fighting in that division. Like a win over Carla Esparza has put people in title contention, like Tatiana Suarez. You know what I'm saying? Like wins over, people like that has catapulted people to the next level. Like Tatiana would have never got the fight with Nina Ansaroff if she didn't win, if she didn't beat Carla Esparza. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. But I see Carla Esparza dominating this fight, man. I just see her winning this fight. Yeah, maybe George Page. Yeah, you're right, man. Carla versus and Michelle versus Tisha Torres. Yeah, I mean maybe until we see what's going on with Felice Herrig, till we see what's going on with Tatiana Suarez. Um, let's see what's going on with those ladies. And it's because Tisha Torres ain't never gonna get anywhere close to that belt. So um, it's interesting. Strawweight is interesting. Women's MMA is interesting right now. Um, let's see what the next fight that I wanted to talk about was, guys. I wanted to talk about Cowboy versus Pettis too. I wanted to talk about that fight, man, because you love you when you're a fan of Cowboy Cerrone, man. Like you want to be a fan of Cowboy Cerrone. You want to love being a fan of Cowboy Cerrone, but it's hard to be a fan of Cerrone sometimes, man. It is because he is he's not always Cowboy. He takes he I don't know, man. I don't know, but Cowboy has not been Cowboy lately. He just hadn't been the same Cowboy. Maybe it is time for Cowboy to hang it up. You know what I'm saying? Like he just hasn't been that Cowboy that it just hadn't been that Cowboy. Like the way he fought. Now he fought well against Tony Ferguson. I mean that he was doing well in that fight. He just Tony Ferguson is very accurate, man. Like he's very accurate with those elbows and those punches, man. And he did well in that fight. Donald Cerrone was landing his own combinations, head kick. He rocked Tony Ferguson. He was landing good shots on Tony Ferguson. Stayed in the pocket, very good, crisp striking. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked amazing. But when and then the whole Conor McGregor thing, man. Like he broke Conor. I mean Conor broke him. Like I don't know what happened, man. Like I just knew Cowboy Cerrone was gonna go in there, and we were gonna see this amazing striking match with Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone, and it just did not happen. Like it just did not happen. And I'm like, man. I'm like, he Conor starts them in a minute. I was like, what the fuck? Like, so you never know what cowboy is going to show up. Is it going to be the cowboy who went out there and fought the little Spanish boy? I forgot his name. Is it going to be the Conor that went out there and fought Nate Diaz? Is it going to be the Conor? I mean, I said the Conor. Is it going to be the cowboy that fought Alex Hernandez? Is it going to be the cowboy that fought Nate Diaz? Is it going to be the cowboy, you know, that fought Mike Perry? Is it going to be that cowboy? The Mike Perry cowboy. I want the Mike Perry cowboy. Carla and Tisha should be fighting for the 105-pound title. True. Carla can stick to her wrestling and beat Michelle. Absolutely, George Page. Marcus Bell, absolutely. She can definitely dominate Michelle Waterson with her wrestling. Like this is her chance to do what she wants to do. Like to show that, I am Carla Esparza. I was a champion of this division for a reason. Carla Esparza is gonna have to. She needs that performance to remind people that she was the original champion in this division. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what Carla Esparza is gonna do on this because I feel like this is the last run for Carla Esparza. Like this is the last run. We're in the prime of Carla Esparza right now. This is her time to shine, and she's gonna do it. Cowboy took a dive against Nuggets. You know, I don't think after going back and looking at it, I don't think he took a dive, man, because I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Yeah, man, Dudley do right now. That's amazing, man. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. Um, I don't know what's going on with Cowboy, but I hope that the Cowboy that gets in there and tries to rematch Anthony Pettis. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony Pettis hurt Cowboy real bad in that first fight. Finished him with a body kick. So I hope that cowboy is not the cowboy that shows up in this fight because Anthony Pettis can do that to you again. Anthony Pettis, you know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like the skill level has passed Anthony Pettis, but I feel like Anthony Pettis can still be Anthony Pettis though. Like I always root for Anthony Pettis low key because I just want to see Pettis do well, man. Like I do. I like Anthony Pettis back in the day. Like I really want to see Anthony Pettis do well. So, I mean, Anthony Pettis is still very capable of becoming the champion again. He's very capable of being a champion. He's very capable of being a champion again. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see what he can do. It's kind of weird that Jeremy Stevens and Calvin Cater are this far up on the card. Olenek Verdum's going to be a damn good fight. Um, Jacare Souza, Uriah Hall's going to be a good fight at heavyweight. Vicente Luque, Nico Price, Bryce Mitchell versus Rosa, Ryan Spann versus Sam Alvey, Ngannou versus Rosenstruck. These are going to be good fights, man. Like all of these are going to be great fights on UFC 249. I'm looking forward to UFC 249. But guys, I want to talk in other news. Did y'all see the Curtis Blaze versus Pearl Gonzalez? Did y'all see Curtis Blaze versus Pearl Gonzalez? Man, Curtis Blaze is a straight savage. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Blaze is a straight motherfucking savage. And he said some women get, he said that about Pearl Gonzalez, that Pearl Gonzalez only got where she been because of her looks and stuff. And man, when he said that, Pearl Gonzalez came back at him. Man, please tell me y'all seen that. Pearl Gonzalez is a straight G though. Like he came for Pearl though. He did. You know what I'm saying? And he said some things about Pearl using her looks to get where she at. And that offended Pearl. That offended Pearl, man. It did. That offended Pearl Gonzalez. And she started talking about his speech impediment, man. When she took it. And I'm sitting here watching this shit go down live. Like I'm watching these comments roll in because I follow Curtis Blaze on social media. I talk to Curtis Blaze all the time, actually. Um, I have a lot of conversations with Curtis Blaze. Like when I share MMA stuff like that. Curtis Blaze, he always chimes in because he knows I have a MMA podcast. He knows that I interview fighters, and I have an interview with him that we never got a chance to do because, um, got busy, whatever. It is, we didn't have we didn't it didn't happen for various reasons. So ever since then, since until we can schedule another one, you know, we reach he actually reaches out and comments on a lot of my stuff and asks my opinion about stuff, you know what I'm saying, and engages in conversation with me, which I appreciate that, and Curtis Blaze is a very, very cool dude. But I'm sitting here watching this shit go down live, man, and I can't believe what I was hearing, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, excuse me. And I just couldn't believe Pearl came back like that. Like when Pearl snapped back, man, like when Pearl came back. You know what I'm saying? And then he was saying, but is it true though? But is it true? Do women use their looks? You know what I'm saying? He talked about Pearl Gonzalez's lack of MMA evolution. When he said that, I was like, ooh. And then she said something about his speech impediment, man, and then he got pissed off. And then he pretty much just told her, you know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, Curtis Blades pretty much told Pearl Gonzalez, you suck. Curtis Blades pretty much told Pearl Gonzalez, you suck. That's why you ain't in the UFC no more. And I was like, I mean, he didn't say that verbatim, but he pretty much told Pearl, like, you have never evolved in MMA. Like, you've never bettered yourself. You've never upped your game. You've never done any of that. So, I was, it was, y'all, I'm telling you, man, if you guys didn't see that, you need to go do your research a little bit. George Pay says, why is Blaze worried about what women using their looks? He needs to worry about Stipe and Francis. George Page. George Page, man. George Page. Come on, man. You can't do him like that, dog. George Page, you can't do me like that, dog. You can't do him like that, man. Yeah, he fucking needs. I mean, I ain't gonna say he needs to worry about that, but I think. But then again, I kind of see where Curtis Blades was coming from because he was just saying, he was just saying. But then again, he did kind of say it a little bit too direct to Pearl. Like I think he mentioned Pearl by name or something like that. I don't know. I know it was something like that. And Pearl Gonzalez responded with the quickness. And Pearl Gonzalez is a fucking savage. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but Stipe and DC. I mean Stipe and Ngannou, man. If Curtis Blades is one of the best heavyweights in the UFC. He's one of the best heavyweights in the UFC. But the thing about Curtis Blades, man, is he lost those two fights to Francis Ngannou. He lost those two fights to Ngannou. That's what hurt Curtis Blades. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Blades will be next in line for the belt had he beat Ngannou that second time. But he lost that fight. He dropped that ball. So, you know, they're gonna have to meet again because they're both now here we go. Here we fast forward 2 years later after their second fight, 2 years after their second fight, and where's Curtis Blades and where is Francis Ngannou? They're both still at the top of the division. So it's like, okay, they're going to have to end up making potentially Ngannou versus Blades 3. And maybe this time Curtis Blades can pull it off. Because Curtis Blades has the tools to beat. He has the tools to beat Francis Ngannou. He just has to do it. You know what I'm saying? And Francis, and he was doing well the second time. Like he was doing well. Curtis was doing very well, but he got caught. You know what I'm saying? That was it. He got caught. That was the only thing, man. Curtis Blade, he's a huge heavyweight, huge, long, rangy guy. Range. I mean, he's got all the tools to beat Ngannou. And there's not a huge size difference between Ngannou and fucking Curtis Blades. Those guys are monsters. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to Curtis Blades and Francis Ngannou, you're in the monster. You're in the lake with the crocodiles now, baby. You know what I'm saying? And if he can pull off a win against Ngannou, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what Curtis Blades needs because he's gonna have that hovering over him this whole time. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have those two losses to Francis Ngannou hovering over his head. He's gotta clear that smoke up. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for Curtis Blades getting a title shot, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for that. But he's got to get that right with Francis Ngannou. He has to, like I always thought Miesha Tate had to get that win against Ronda Rousey. She never got that win. Okay, yeah, something wrong with any man concerned about women in different divisions and weight classes. Yeesh. 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 Yeah, man. I didn't know what to say, man. I didn't know what to say. I don't. Curtis Blaze. If he has something to say, damn it, y'all, he has something to say. I mean, let's just put it like that. The man has something to say. The man has something to say, and he had to get it off his chest. Maybe that's been bothering him. You know what I'm saying? You never know how long that's been on that man's mind. You know what I'm saying? It may be wrong. Yes, it may be wrong. No, maybe he should be worried about women, but maybe it's something that we don't know how these athletes feel. So some of these athletes, these guys like Curtis Blades, this is something that they've worked hard to get to, and nothing about looks or anything got them by. Their skill got them by. You know, so I kind of see what he's saying. And Pearl Gonzalez hasn't really evolved in MMA. He's right about that, but it wasn't. I don't. I guess it wasn't for him to say that. You know what I'm saying? I guess it wasn't to him on him. It wasn't for him to say. So that's why she's like, who the fuck are you to tell me what? I feel where she's coming from too. Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Are you a champion or something? So I feel both sides of it. I feel both sides of it. So I'm not leaning either way on that. I just want to talk about that. Tyron Woodley versus Gilbert Burns has been in discussion. Gilbert Burns just come off of the. Did he put Damian Maya away? Hey, he put Damian Maya away. So it kind of sucked to see Damian Maya get put away like that. You know what I'm saying? But Damian Maya is one of my favorite welterweights of all time. Um, he's one of my favorites of all time. Uh, Damian Maya. So him versus Tyron Woodley is a fantastic fight. Um, that can throw him right up into that mix with Kobe. I mean, a win over Tyron Woodley could put him in that category with Kobe and Kamaru and what I'm saying, all these guys, Connor Masvidal. It throws everybody. It throws him into that conversation. But right now, Woodley's in that conversation. Um, my boy John over at Bloody Canvas MMA, guys, please go check out his video on this topic right here, man. He made some great fucking points. Those guys make great points on there, guys. So most definitely go and subscribe to Bloody Canvas MMA. He's been on here before. He did the interview with me with Jillian Robertson, and I'll be making appearances there as well. So um, for sure, but you know, I think Tyron Woodley should fight Masvidal or Covington or something. I think that's the type of fight he needs. Not Gilbert, Burns um, coming off of a win over Damian Maya. You know what I'm saying? Like Damian Maya isn't the highest ranked at the moment. Um, yeah, he's not the highest ranked at the moment, but let me see. Yeah, he's not the highest ranked. I mean, Damian Maya's not the highest ranked, but I don't feel like this fight does much for Woodley. I mean, I think they should give Woodley Covington, Masvidal, somebody like that is who Woodley should be fighting, I think. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm excited to see what shapes up at 170 with Connor being there, and then you got Pettis fighting up there now. You got Cowboy fighting. If Cowboy can even fight at the high, I don't think he can make it at the highest level of welterweight. But Connor seems to be there. Um, you can throw Connor in there. I mean, if you throw Connor in at welterweight, I think that's the best Connor we'll see is at 170 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best Conor McGregor we'll see. But you got Masvidal, you got Nick Diaz. Like welterweight is great right now. Welterweight is great right now. So I'm excited. I hope they do Masvidal Conor. I hope they do Masvidal Conor. Because Masvidal looked great against Nate. Like I'm not even gonna lie, he looked great against Nate Diaz. I feel like it was stopped a little premature. I felt they could, I wish Nate didn't take that knee to the face at the beginning because that really opened him up. That really opened him up. You know what I'm saying? But because Nate was turning it around in that fight, boy, and I seen it coming. You can. That's how Nate Diaz fights are. He turns them around. He slowly just wears on you with pressure, man. Like being a pressure fighter is something that Nate Diaz does well. He exhausts his opponents with pressure, man. And and it's things like that, man. It's things like that you know some fighters can pull off very well because they bring a threat with their pressure. Okay, like say for instance, like okay, I'm gonna put it like this: Jessica I coming forward on Valentina Shevchenko. What threat really did Valentina really have to worry about when fighting Jessica I? Jessica I is not a high level grappler, and she's really not a high level striker. I mean, she's a decent striker and she's a decent grappler, but she's not nothing. There was no huge threat coming from Jessica I. Like anything that Jessica I could do, Valentina could do better. And we saw in that fight. We saw it in that fight. But if it was somebody else pressuring Valentina Shevchenko, like the way Nate Diaz pressures people, like he pressured Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that it can pressure Valentina that Valentina can't just throw these can't just throw these, you know, something that she won't be able to throw a hail mary kick like she threw. Not a hail mary kick because it was very calculated, but it's not going to be something that she's going to be able to throw. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody who can duck under that and take you down and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's better than her on the ground. Because Valentina is not the best grappler out there. Valentina's a good grappler, but she's not the best grappler. You know what I'm saying? And Nate Diaz uses that tactic. He uses that tactic on his fighters because they know Nate Diaz can take you down, and they know Nate Diaz can dominate. Probably going to dominate you on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So he's able to pressure strikers like that because he's become good. He's become a very good striker. Like Nate Diaz, his boxing is some of the best boxing in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? So Nate Diaz, um, that way he can come forward like he did in the Cowboy Cerrone fight. He can come forward and throw those shots. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that fight with Masvidal really starting to turn around. If somebody was to pressure Valentina like that, you know what I'm saying, to where Valentina, she has to be. That's the thing about that. That's the thing about. I feel like somebody is going to have to do to beat Valentina. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody's going to have to not worry about what's coming from Valentina. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but just to, of course, be wary of what's coming, but not care what's coming. You know what I'm saying? So and that's the thing with Nate. That's how Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor because he took what was coming, but he implemented his own game plan. That's what I'm saying, George Page. I wasn't giving Jessica I any credit. Like Jessica I, there was nothing about Jessica I that Valentina really had to worry about. There was nothing about Katlyn Chookagian that Valentina really had to worry about. There's not anything about Joanne Calderwood that Valentina's really going to have to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? It's when Valentina starts getting to these more of these specialists with a well-rounded game. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the specialist with a well-rounded game that's going to take to beat Valentina Shevchenko. Because as we can see, it's possible to. I mean, Valentina ain't knocking you out unless she's throwing a kick. It's possible that people stand and trade with Valentina Shevchenko. Juliana Pena stood and traded with Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody can pressure Valentina, somebody with a good ground game that can develop a good striking game that can put pressure on Valentina, you know what I'm saying, with the striking, and then if Valentina goes to take you down, you know what I'm saying, then you do your thing on the ground. Because as we can see, Juliana Pena almost submitted Valentina at the end of the first round in that fight. Let's not forget that. So it's gonna take that it's gonna take that type of fighter to go in there and do that and put that pressure on you in like a Nate Diaz style pressure. You know what I'm saying? Where you can do what you want to do because they're worried about something that's coming from your game, from your arsenal. They worried about something, so that enables you to do something else. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be that type of fighter that can do that. It's gonna take to go in there and beat Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know how I said y'all. I don't know how I segued into that, but I segued into it. But it's. I was saying the way that I think that was how the Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal fight was getting ready to go. I feel like Nate's game plan was getting ready to start being shown in that fight, and that was pressure, 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 pressure. And then take him down and submit him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be that type of fighter that's gonna be able to go in there and beat Valentina Shevchenko. Telling you guys, you watch and see. Then again, Valentina may beat that fighter. She may beat that fighter. And then what can I say? Valentina Shevchenko is the greatest flyweight of all time. But Valentina has to beat all of these flyweights in order for me to see her as being the greatest flyweight of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I I respect Valentina, but she gonna have to beat some more of these girls. She gonna have to clear out this flyweight division. People saying, "Oh, she's better than all these other flyweights." Okay, well, I have to see that. Like I have to see that play out. I have to see her take out the Macy Barbers. I have to see her take out the Roxanne Modafferi. I have to see her take out the Montana De La Rosa. I have to see her take those girls out. I have to see her take all of those girls out. If Valentina can go on a run like that, take out the Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? When Jillian Robertson crawls her way up through the rankings. You know what I'm saying? When Valentina takes all of those girls out, then I'll see her as the greatest flyweight of all time. I will. If because I feel like that's the better competition for Valentina. Is at the middle of the division is the more competition for Valentina than the girls that are at the top of the division. It's just those girls. It's just not there for those girls. You know what I'm saying? Like Valentina beats Roxanne. Valentina beats Macy Barber. Because if Macy Barber go back to knocking bitches out, you know what I'm saying? If Valentina beats KGB, you know what I'm saying? She beats Macy Barber. She beats Montana De La Rosa, the best flyweights in the division to me. She takes out those the best flyweights. Maybe even Viviane Araújo, Cynthia Calvillo, takes all those girls out, or at least some of those girls. Then I'll see Valentina as the. You right, George Page. That chronic call. I'll see Valentina Shevchenko as the greatest fighter. But I'm not going to coin Valentina Shevchenko the greatest flyweight of all time, or the best flyweight in the world. I'm not going to coin her that when I haven't, when the only people she's really beat, um, except for her best win at flyweight was Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and she's a strawweight. So Katlyn Chookagian, no. Beating Katlyn Chookagian, beating Katlyn Chookagian alone, no. Beating Katlyn Chookagian and Jessica Eye, no. 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 Mm-mm. You got to beat more than that. You got to beat more than Carmouche, Eye, and Chookagian. You gotta get some. Valentina gonna have to get some meat under her belt at flyweight, really, for me to really jump on that train. You know what I'm saying? Dude, ain't nobody scared of Valentina now. We've made that George Page. George Page, stop. George Page, stop. Now we have made it clear that there are flyweights that have made it. Now let me tell you, there may be some flyweight. Katlyn Chookagian was scared of Valentina Shevchenko. Chookagian was scared of Valentina Shevchenko. Okay, De La Rosa wasn't scared of Valentina Shevchenko. Macy Barber, I'm not jumping on the Macy Barber train, but you got to respect Macy Barber. You know what I'm saying? You have to respect Macy Barber. Macy Barber was going balls before she lost to Roxanne Modafferi. Macy Barber was going balls to the walls at flyweight to get to that belt. Macy Barber was trying to fast track herself to that belt. So I gotta give Macy Barber her props, bro. Macy Barber was fast tracking her way to that belt, bro. If she'd have beat Roxanne Modafferi, Macy Barber could potentially be fighting for the belt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be real. If Macy beating knocking out JJ knocking out Jillian Robinson and beating Roxanne Modafferi, Macy, and she's undefeated, Macy Barber would have been fighting for the belt. So, you know what I'm saying? Macy Barber is hell. You gotta give it credit where it's due. I knew going into that fight with Jillian Robinson, I'm like, Jillian gonna have to watch out for the power of Macy Barber. Like Jillian is really gonna have to watch out for the power of Macy Barber. And the way that I hoped that fight wouldn't turn out is the way it turned out. You know what I'm saying? So Macy Barber has the power to hurt anybody in that division, bro. Just like you know what I'm saying. Even I'm gonna go as far as saying like I'm gonna say Ariane Lipsky. Ariane Lipsky has the power to hurt any flyweight in that division. Priscilla Cachoeira has the now I'm not saying Priscilla Cachoeira is a world beater, but I'm just stating facts. Like Priscilla Cachoeira has the power to knock any flyweight out in the division. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when you have girls like Macy Barber and stuff that possess that power, dude, them girls, Chukagian, Calderwood, those girls don't have power like Macy Barber, bro. Macy Barber has power. Macy Barber has power. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You may like or dislike Macy Barber, but Macy Barber is got power, and Macy Barber laying bitches out. So I mean, if Valentina beats the Macy Barbers, she beats the KGB. Not even KGB because KGB. I don't know what's going on with KGB. But if she beats the Montana De La Rosa, she beats she beats those girls who coming up. Cynthia Calvillo. If Cynthia Calvillo can make it, can strike gold at fucking flyweight if she gets in there and fucking does it the right way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, man, dude, flyweight is building. Flyweight is becoming a division all these girls are elevating. They're all elevating their games. You've seen these girls progressively get better and better and better. And the girls that you are seeing getting better are not the girls in the top 5. It's not those girls. It's not Lauren Murphy. It's not Chukagan. It's not them. It's not them. It's not them. It's Roxanne Modafferi. It's Montana De La Rosa. It's Molly McCann. It's Ariane Lipsky. It's those girls are the girls who are getting better. Those are the girls that are elevating their game. I'm telling you, man. Who found in the fight set? Okay, man. Listen, Marcus, you're a Valentina fan. I respect that. You're a Valentina fan. But to me, Valentina gonna have to do more. For me, she gotta do more, man. She gotta do more for me, bro. I mean, it just is what it is. She gotta do more for me. She gotta. I mean, she gotta. I gotta see more from Valentina, man, to be convinced. Because I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, bro. I'm not convinced that she's the best in the world. And then outside the UFC, you got Ilima-Lei Macfarlane tearing it up at Bellator. It's too many good flyweights. It's too many good flyweights out there. It's too many, and especially Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, man. I mean, it's too much. It's too much rival. Valentina got to beat a lot of people to be considered the best flyweight in the world, man. I mean, she's gonna have to go on a run at flyweight, and she's gonna. I mean, because it don't look like Ilima-Lei Macfarlane is losing. It don't look like Valentina losing anytime soon, and it don't look like Ilima-Lei losing anytime soon. Um, Macy is good with the power up until it goes against someone who can get her down. Yeah, that's right, Marcus Bell. Imagine if Jillian Robertson got Macy Barber to the ground. Yeesh. But that's a very true statement. But I mean, I'm not trying to trash Valentina, man. Like y'all don't take this any kind of way. I'm not trying to trash Valentina. I respect Valentina. I just, when the flyweight division started, I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna have Valentina. Well, not when it started, but after Nico stripped the belt, I said, okay, Valentina's gonna be the champion. But I'm already got my eyes on talent in that division. I already had my eyes on talent in that division already, man. And it was hard. It's hard for me to peel my eyes away from that talent, man. Because once I become a fan, man, I become a fan. Like, you know, but it's not because I'm a fan, but it's not even because I'm a fan. It's more of like, it's got to be before I become a fan of somebody. There's got to be something about their style that I see that I'm like, that style right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a style they can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first saw the first fight I ever saw from Misha Tate. The first fight that I ever saw of Misha Tate was the fight in Strikeforce against Julie Kedzie. Now, if you guys know WMMA, then you know what I'm talking about. Julie Kedzie and Misha Tate went toe to toe, and that Misha Tate wasn't. I seen that Misha Tate wasn't the most crisp striker. I seen that. I seen that she was very flat footed. I seen that, and I also seen that her wrestling was really, really good. I really saw that. But it was something about Misha. It was one thing about Misha Tate. Dude, stop with saying Ilima-Lei Macfarlane is not in Valentina's league. Stop with that narrative, George Page. Stop with that narrative, okay? Let's just stop with that narrative. Ilima-Lei Macfarlane versus Valentina Shevchenko is a very competitive fight for a number of reasons. Stop with that, dude. Valentina is not the do-all, say-all. I mean, stop. You've had that pounded into your head so much, bro. Stop with that. That's bullshit. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about, man. I forgot there was one thing about Misha that drew me to Misha, and it was that right hand. When I seen Misha land that right hand on Julie Kedzie, I was like, okay, this girl right here has what it takes to get her where she needs to go. This girl right here has what it takes. And that was before she even fought Ronda. That was before any, and that's what I saw. And in that style, Misha Tate's style, that same style I just described, took Misha Tate all the way to UFC Gold. Took Misha Tate to the Hall of Fame. So, it's just something about it, man. Like, and fighters that I like, man, even before I started podcasting, like Rory McDonald, you know what I'm saying? Like fighters like that. The fighters that I like usually end up being some of the best in the world. Like no, when Stipe first got on the scene, nobody liked Stipe. I was the only person like, dude, y'all need to watch Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic is the bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was fucking with Stipe. Oh, he got knocked out by Stephen Struve. I'm like, okay, so what? So what? I'm telling you guys. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. The featherweight division would be better if Valentino was in. Dude, it's flyweight, not featherweight, Marcus Bell. It's flyweight. It's flyweight. Nah, bro. I don't think it. No, I think that I think those fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like those fighters I named, like Cynthia Calvillo now, Roxanne Modafferi. Look at Roxanne Modafferi. Dude, they need this. They need somebody at that level like Valentina. They need that to push them and make them level up. They need that. They need that. They need somebody like Valentina at the top of the heap to push them. Have you guys not seen Roxanne Modafferi? Roxanne Modafferi is jacked. She is jacked. Roxanne Modafferi is in the best shape I've ever seen Roxanne Modafferi in. If you guys haven't seen the latest interview of Roxanne Modafferi, you motherfuckers need to go watch that shit. Roxanne Modafferi is in the best shape she's ever been in. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what's next for Roxanne Modafferi. What's next for Roxanne Modafferi? I'm so excited for Modafferi right now. You know what I'm saying? And Montana De La Rosa took the loss to KGB. They De La Rosa comes out her next fight and looks like a fucking monster. Looks like a fucking monster in her next fight. I'm waiting to see what Jillian getting ready to look like. What is Jillian Robinson about to look like? So what is Felicia Spencer about to look like going into the biggest fight of her career? What are these girls about to look? What is Irene Aldana about to look like going into her next fight? You know what I'm saying? These girls about to level up, bro. These girls, I'm telling you, you guys getting ready to see this is a good time for women's MMA, man. I'm telling you, this is a great time because you got people emerging at 135, Irene Aldana emerging at 135, Felicia Spencer emerging at 145. I mean, it's Tatiana Suarez emerging. Um, well, really, at strawweight, it's Weili Zhang emerging as the real champion for beating Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Weili Zhang emerging as the champion. You know what I'm saying? So Jorge Masvidal emerging as a contender. You know, Paulo Costa finally getting the recognition that he deserves at 185 pounds. Man, it's a good time for MMA. It's a good time for MMA. But I'm not gonna sit here and argue back and forth with y'all tonight. I just want to come on and talk about UFC 249 and a couple of other things, man. So I'm about to get out of here. George Page, Marcus Bell. I appreciate you guys coming through tonight. I'm not staying on here all night with y'all. Roxy's two broke knees don't have a chance. A lot of people said she didn't have a chance against Macy Barber too. So what do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think about that, George Page? People didn't think she had a chance against Macy Barber, and she schooled Macy Barber. She schooled Roxanne Modafferi beat the hell out of Macy Barber. She beat the hell out of Macy Barber. Crazy, man. It's crazy how bad she beat up Macy Barber, dude. She beat the hell out of Macy. She beat the hell out of Macy Barber. Man, y'all trip, man. Marcus Bell with broke knees, dude. She beat the hell out of Macy Barber. It is what it is. I'm still shocked. Like I said, man, I'm still shocked Macy beat Jillian. You know what I'm saying? I thought Jillian would be able to get Macy big ass down, but Macy just too damn big. Macy was just too damn big. Macy just a big fighter. She's a big flyweight, man. She's a big flyweight. But now these girls know how to beat Macy Barber. These girls know how to beat Macy Barber. Macy Barber ground game ain't all of that good. Mackenzie Dern, I hope Mackenzie Dern moves up to flyweight, puts on some muscle, put the muscle back on. That was her biggest problem in this last fight was her muscle, man. I hope she puts the muscle mass back on, the fat back on. The fat, like I need Mackenzie Dern to put the fat back on. We need fat Mackenzie Dern. Not fat, but chunky Mackenzie Dern. That's who we need. We need chunky Mackenzie Dern. We don't need skinny Mackenzie Dern. We need chunky Mackenzie Dern. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, guys, I'm getting out of here. Getting out of here. I'm going to the taco truck before the taco truck closes. And I will be back, guys. We're gonna hit this thing hard, guys. I'm gonna try to put something together and get the guys on. I'm gonna try to get Taylor on. I'm gonna try to get John for Bloody Canvas. I'm gonna try to get my boy Davidson Baker on. I'm gonna try to get everybody on. I'm gonna try to get the whole crew on for UFC 249. So a whole, you can come hang out with us for the whole fight, man. No, she didn't get lucky with Macy Barber, George Page. No, she didn't. She didn't get lucky. She beat Macy Barber's ass the whole first round. Yeah, Macy got fucked up, but what's the reason in the first round? Roxanne was beating her ass in the first round. Macy wasn't hurt till the second round. Roxanne Modafferi beat Macy Barber ass all over that damn octagon in that first round. You know she did. Stop playing. Uh, excuse me. Stop playing, George Page. You know, man, you smarter than that, George Page. You know she didn't get lucky in that fight. Roxanne Modafferi beat her ass legitimately. That first, maybe in the second and third round, but that first round, man, she beat Macy Barber. She was already beating Macy Barber. What was Macy Barber gonna do differently? What was she couldn't even hit Roxanne, dude. She hit Jillian because she caught Jillian coming out of that single leg attempt. She caught Jillian coming out of that. She couldn't even hit Macy. She couldn't even hit Roxanne, bro. She couldn't even hit Roxanne Modafferi. That was funny to me. But anyways, George Page, I'm out, man. Y'all have a good night, and I will catch y'all boys on the flip side. We get UFC this week. Hell yeah. Stay safe. Wash your hands, guys. Good night.